Greetings, comrades. I hope you are okay wherever you are. I'm sure you are wondering why this video appears a bit dark. It's because of electricity challenges in our area. We're told there was a technical fault. Hopefully, that they are going to repair it as soon as possible so that we get back to our usual videos. It's Friday the 14th. It's not Friday the 13th, but it's a Friday the 14th. I saw some of you advertising Black Friday. Yeah, I don't know whether you have a deeper understanding on a Black Friday. Though we're not talking about it, we know that if it's a Black Friday, people flood shops to go and buy stuff. But we are not talking about that. We are talking about holders of the Zimbabwe exemption permits. Some of them who have been threatened that they will be declared undesirable at the port of entry. Is something that we are still following up. A number of people are complaining to us that they are having this challenge. Some were traveling as people are beginning to travel because their ZTP sticker is in the old passport, and in the new passport they do not have a ZTP sticker. So even if they produce the old passport with a ZTP sticker, the new passport, the what you call the directive, some officials at the border, they insist that a person must have proof that they've applied for a waiver. And we also have those that argue in this channel that if you then apply for a waiver, you are outside, you have moved out of the ZTP category. So it presents a lot of challenges. It presents a lot of challenges. Like we said previously, we know people that have lost jobs because their employers demand a new permit. So if you insist that there's Directive 22 of 2025 that in the ZEP is extended up to 28th of May 2025, 2027, some employers seem not to want to accept this. So it's a serious problem. So we're trying to find a balance on how to deal with this, because some, of course, they are in the system, but they lost the passport that had a permit. They then went to apply for a new passport. They've got an affidavit that yes, they are in the system in terms of being ZTP holders, but the passport itself was lost. Some officials seem not to want to entertain this. So we're having serious challenges. But there are those, of course, that wow, on ZTP, if the ZTP is a sticker is still in the passport that you are using, when you get to the airport or you get to the border, simply tell them that you're on ZTP. I've seen some, there are stickers, the stamp, passport stamp, where the officials will write ZTP. So if they write ZTP, it means that you are not given days. You are here in South Africa up to the expiry of the grace period, which is 28 May 2027. I was traveling last week. So while we're at the border at Bedbridge, some people approached me after they'd stamped their passport saying, Comrade Mabena, they've given me days. I'm a ZTP holder. We do not work at the border ourselves. We can't we can't tell officials what to do. They are guided by a directive which they should put ZTP or write ZTP on that stamp. But the challenge is if your ZTP is in the old passport. We've seen that this becomes a challenge to the officials. And some people, when they get to the border or get to the counter, whether at the airport or at the border, you just push your passport. You don't even greet the immigration official and explain yourself. It's important that we practice Ubuntu. You greet the official first, you explain to them, it's just less than 10 seconds. Just greet a person, you tell them that you are on ZEP, your ZEP is in an old passport, or your ZEP sticker is in the passport that you are using. You then give them your passport. So it doesn't take time, it's about 10, 15 seconds. But if you just push the passport, the official will simply scan the passport and they put a stamp and they give you 2 weeks or 1 month or whatever days they decide to give you. So these are some of the challenges that people face. And of course, we know that we've always been saying this over the years that a festive season is not something that we plan for. I mean, it's not an accident, and a festive season is not an accident. We know that December at some point is going to arrive, and we've always said that it's important that we plan around that. Schools will be closing down in the next few weeks. Uh, some parents will be working in South Africa, will not be over the festive season, will not be traveling. They would want their kids that are starting in Zimbabwe, to join them for the holidays. That's a good thing. But it becomes a bad thing when you bring your kids without passports. You give your kids to strangers. That's something that you should desist from. We have been saying this, that you don't have to put your kids in a difficult situation where they end up spending holidays in the care of social welfare officials, or putting your elderly parents who happen to be the guardian of your kids in Zimbabwe in a difficult position because you ask them to bring kids when they themselves, adults, do not have passports. So we should not be doing this. So we expect that we are not going to hear this time around, this festive season in 2025, because we have been raising this issue. While we know that the passport is expensive, it is not an excuse to then bring your kids to South Africa without passports. We have said that if your kids do not have a passport, let them spend the festive season in Zimbabwe. Whenever you are on leave, you can then visit them. It's not a crisis really, than having your 9-year-old child now being kept in some facility by people that they do not know, uh, and they know what it does to the children. So let's try to be responsible. Let's do this. Let's not put our kids in difficult situations. Let's not put our elderly parents in difficult situations. Otherwise, like I said, we have some minor problems with our electricity this side. So that's why the video is a bit dark. But as I said, that we hope that they are going to restore it in the next day or so. Comrade Philip Malache says, when I'm a pen, I wish patrols should investigate your ID and your permit. Firstly, Comrade Philip Malache, you do not know what documents I'm using. Department of Home Affairs, they know documents that I'm using, because I use documents that are issued by, by the Department of Home Affairs. So they know, they've got all my details in the Department of Home Affairs. So that's why every time people write about this, Mapena needs to be investigated, Mapena needs to be investigated. I meet Home Affairs officials now and then. I mean, they've got my profile. Yeah, they've got my profile. Like the other day, I said they know where I live. They know if they want to find me, they know where to find me. They know the documents that I use. So But what I will not do, I will not publish my documents to the public just because one Philip Malachi wants to know the documents I'm using. You are not an official of the Department of Home Affairs or Immigration, neither are you a police officer. So I don't have to give you my documents or to confirm to you what documents I use. And the Department of Home Affairs has my details. If my details are wrong, the Department of Home Affairs, they will know that this Mabena who always speaks on YouTube doesn't have proper documents. But what I've said, no, I've never said this, but let me say this to other, those that are like me who are using YouTube to communicate. If you know that you do not have proper documents, I'm now addressing other YouTubers. If you know that you do not have proper documents, do not run a YouTube channel like I'm doing. Try to give people advice on how to be documented when you yourself you are not documented. Stay away from the media. If you know that your documents are not in order, firstly sort out your documents. Do not go on television, SABC, whatever station, start attacking South African government and when your documents are not in order. It's an advice. It's an advice. Make sure that before you do what I do, you are legal in the country. Because if you are not legal, you do the things that some of us do. At some point, it is discovered that you are not in the country legally. It creates serious problems. It creates a serious problem. So make sure that before you post your videos advising people on how to apply for permits on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, all social media platforms, doing interviews with the journalists, make sure that you have proper documents. That's my advice. So this channel is dedicated in giving you advice on how to obtain documents, whether asylum, permits or visas, so that you are legal in the country. But for your information, Comrade Philip Malatz, I'm legal in South Africa. I'm legal in South Africa. I do meet officials of the Department of Home Affairs, immigration officials. The other day, when I went to the head office, there were some of them whom I met for the first time. They were telling me that they normally watch my videos. So you can imagine if I'm not legal in the country and the government officials are watching this channel, do you know what it means? So yeah, otherwise, thank you so much. It's a Friday. Enjoy the rest of your morning. We hope maybe we might meet later on today. Otherwise, goodbye, comrades.